Oh boy. Friends, family, fans, welcome to the show. We are microphoneless, starting off hot and heavy without a microphone. So give me 2 seconds while I take care of business. We'll plug this bad boy in and hopefully it's cooking with gas. We are late, as you can tell. Life is kicking our ass a little bit, but we are back in business. There we go. All right. I see one person watching. Please tell me if the microphone is working. If not, we will have to figure it out. We're off to a hot start yet, just like the last podcast where we did a pretty much named our show after a guy that withdrew after 1.5 rounds. So that wasn't good, but it is what it is. That's behind us. We got the Sony Open going forward. It's going to be a good week. We've got a bunch of good players we like to bet on this week, and it's just another wonderful week to just watch golf late at night, because watching golf late at night is probably the best thing in the world. The Sony Open, folks. Welcome to Back Nine Bets, presented by rotoballer.com, where you can go to rotoballer.com/radio, get yourself 50% off. We got the works. Rotoballer is doing some serious stuff, folks. I'm taking on a bigger role there. I'm writing a bunch of articles, doing a bunch of podcasts, doing a whole bunch of Discord stuff. All sorts of good crap that you can go and get yourself hands on. Super affordable. There's 3 different tier packages. The most expensive one is $200, and it's for the whole year. It's less than it's like $16 a month. You get my articles, you get Spencer's articles, you get his research station, you get us in the Discord, you get the whole shebang. You get Joe Nicety's premium articles, you get lineup optimizers. I don't know what more to tell you. It's one of the most affordable things you can find with just everything available to you. Life is good over at rotoballer.com. Go check it out. Also, if you are doing a Rotoballer thing and you like our stuff and you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel, please. And then also comment your favorite bet of the video in the YouTube comments after the show so I can see them. And then you stand a chance to win a month free Rotoballer subscription premium, so you can see what that's all about, and then tell all your friends in the world. So that's what's cooking over here on Back Nine Bets. Episode 45. I forgot the name of the episode. Episode 45. No Harman, no foul. That's what's cooking over here. It's going to be a goodie. We're going to recover here. We're going to bounce back. I promise. We are bouncing back. Just take a look and calm down. Take a look at what we're actually dealing with at Sony. Playing at Waialae Country Club. Waialae Country Club on Waikiki, Honolulu, in Hawaii. Got the Hawaii shirt on, bought this thing in Hawaii on my honeymoon. It is tight on me now. When I bought it, it was not. We're going to have to figure that out, but moving on. Strokes gained off the tee. What is the most important aspect of this department? Accuracy. Accuracy. Distance isn't necessarily going to help you that much. It's going to help a little bit, but accuracy, as you can see, is carrying the majority of the weighting. Very important. It's a short golf course. You've got to keep it in the fairway, or at least close to the fairway as much as you can, so you can take advantage of your approach shots, which is also always king. We know approach is always king, but this week it's slightly less important than tour average, but still very important. As you can tell here, it's like the second most important thing, slightly behind putting, which we're still going to rank approach more than putting, because who the heck knows who's going to putt well? We typically know who's going to hit the irons well. So that's how we roll here on Back Nine Bets. Strokes gained around the green, not that important at all, really. It's a very simple golf course to get up and down with lots of bunkers. So if you do, we're going to go into the model settings here shortly and see what's going on, but we're going to have some sand save percentages in there, blah, blah, blah. I think that's kind of essential. That's what we're doing. And then putting. You have to putt well at this venue in order to succeed. You cannot play golf at Waialae Country Club and be a bad putter. So to say. You can. There's people that have done it, but it makes life a lot easier if you can putt well at this golf course in particular. So that's what's cooking there. And then just short and sweet. Proximity numbers from 125 to 200. 68% of shots are coming from this 75-yard bucket, folks. So 7 out of 10 shots are going to be hit from 175 to 200. The majority of that is a wedge range. Up until about 165 yards is where most people on tour hit their wedges. And then we've got another 35 yards of mid-irons, which Russell Henley and the guys like that, we were just Hideki Matsuyama, those guys are all exceptionally good from that proximity. And if your putter can seal the deal, that's what you're looking for. So 125 to 200, 68% of the shots. That's what's cooking on approach. And then just looking at some putting, a new little thing we've done on the back nine betcha is adding some putting splits from 0 to 5 feet, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, blah, blah, blah. As you can see, nothing too different if you are watching on YouTube. For the podcast, folks, who's listening, 43% of tour average putts come from inside 5 feet. Here it is. It's 42%. So not that big of a deal. Tour average from 5 to 10 is 26. From 10 to 15 is 14. 15 to 20 is 7. And 25 to blah, blah, blah is 4%, with everything outside of 25 feet being 6%. So here at Waialae, they putt 3 putts 0.55 times a round versus tour average, which is just 0.5. So slightly more, but not that much of a difference. You know, putting in general is going to be for birdies. It's not going to be to avoid bogeys. That's what's cooking. That's what we're rolling with here. Model settings, jumping into them swiftly. Still have a very random sample size, so we kind of just dissecting guys from last season's stats with only 10% of 2023 going into the mix. Course history, important here. 15% of that goes into the model this week. Stats, 70%, official World Golf Ranking 10, and then recent form, which is basically the same thing as 2023 stats, is 5%. We've got 49 total percents of approach statistics. So we've got it mixed up between strokes gained approach baseline, strokes gained approach recently for 7%, baseline 22%, and then we've got a multitude of proximity numbers here that combine for 20%. We've got a lot of proximity numbers making a difference. And as you can tell, from 125 to 200, we've got about 14% of the model settings set to those proximities, which are going to be imperative this week. If you suck from that range, you are going to suck. There's no real chance you're going to win a golf tournament if you cannot hit good quality golf shots on repeat from that range. Bermuda putting for 10%. Random putting from different footages, inside 5, outside of 15, the whole shebang there. 3-putt avoidance for a little bit of 2% action. Birdie percentage, 8%. Bogey avoidance, 4%. Par 5 scoring, 4%. Blah, blah, blah. Accuracy off the tee, 5%. And then strokes gained off the tee, 8%. So a little bit of distance for 3% for total driving of 16. We are now through the weeds of the model. Let's check out what's going on here. Tom Kim. No surprise, Tommy Kim is number 1 in the model. Why? Why is Tom Kim number 1 in the model? He's one of the most accurate golfers in the field. He is one of the best golfers from 125 to 200 yards in the field. He's got one of the tidiest short games in the field. He leads the field in birdie or better percentages. Everything about his game makes complete and utter sense at this venue. He's 11 to 1, 12 to 1 on the betting market. We couldn't get there. I just can't get there. That number is a little too short. As much as I want to bet it, I can't get there. And as a result of that, we're going to the middle of the range to find ourselves some winners. Tom Kim will most likely be in 100% of my DraftKings lineups, though. He is so much better than everybody else. Excuse the giant mess here as I click away, but I'll just show you quickly what's cooking here. So we've got Tom Kim with a power ranking of 3.06. And then we've got Sungjae Im, who's second with 2.43. If you take that casual 0.6 difference between these two guys, you're going to go all the way down to 6th place to Corey Connors. If you want to get that difference in power rating between Sungjae Im and the next bunch of guys. So Tom Kim's in essentially a world of his own. The guy just finished on a very long golf course. He finished T5 last week. What on earth are we doing? He is going to be an absolute contender this week. I think he's made pretty much every single cut he's played in, basically. I think 1 or 2 maybe missed. I don't know, but he's a cut-making machine. The irons, the approach play, so good. Off the tee, accurate as balls. The putter can light the hell up. He was the only guy inside the top 10 to lose strokes putting, and he lost like 0.7 strokes per round to the next worst putter and still finish T5 in a field full of the world's best golfers. So that's what we're dealing with this week. A budding superstar, 20 years old. He hasn't even been on the PGA Tour for longer than a year. He's racked up 2 victories in epic fashion both times, taking down Patrick Cantley the last time he won and then absolutely blowing the field away after making a quad in the first hole of a tournament and then winning by that amount. Unreal stuff. Tom Kim's a beast. Couldn't get there on the outright market. Top 20 at minus 135 is whatever. We're not really betting him. We're going to play him in DFS. That's where it's at. 100% in all the way. Tom Kim. Tom Kim, he's going to be the guy. So yes, that's what's cooking with Tommy Kim. He is going to be very impressive this week. It's going to be fun to watch him on a golf course. We've been kind of waiting for Tom Kim to do the thing where he kind of gets himself onto a golf course that really suits his game. And I think this golf course is exactly that. So it's going to be fun watching this dude do his thing. Oh my God. So that's what's cooking. $10,500 DraftKings. Sign us up for 100% ownership there. Sung Jae Im. He is second in the model. He is also minus 130 to finish inside the top 20. He's also 12-1 to win the tournament. Sung Jae Im's also just won one golf tournament in like the last forever. So I don't know if his win equity is quite as nice as Tom's, but he's definitely up there. And off the tee, he's got distance and a decent amount of accuracy. You know, the good drive percentage here is 11th, which is essential. And then he's still a very solid iron player. Not the absolute best in the field, but he's very, very good. His game is just so well-rounded. That's the thing about Sung Jae. You know, inside of 5 feet, he's 14th in the field. Bogey avoidance is first, par 5 scoring second, birdie or better is 6th. You know, like every single metric that you could ask for is just super solid for Sung Jae. The 3-putt avoidance is the worst metric he has out of all the stats that we're kind of looking at. Sand proximity numbers is 8th. Guy's just a freak out of the sand. Just so solid. So everything about his game just makes complete sense from a safety perspective. This year, I was checking out some stuff. And Sung Jae's been in the mix. I mean, he's had a multitude of second-place finishes. And a lot of those he could have actually won if his putter just behaved on Sunday. But we've seen what can happen on a Sunday to even the very best golfers in the world. # Colin Collapse. But that's last week's nonsense. Sung Jae, over the last few weeks, has been at the top of the leaderboard. But on a Sunday, the putter just rebelled a little bit. Just if he could just gain a few strokes putting on a Sunday when he's in contention, he would win a few tournaments. I think at the Wyndham, he could have won that event, and then Tom Kim stood up to the plate and made every putt he looked at and won the tournament. So Sung Jae's got a bit of a problem on Sundays, a Sung Jae Sunday problem, where the putter little rebels a little bit, and that's not going to be good for him. He needs to get that figured out. Typically, over the longest run of time, he's actually pretty solid on a Sunday when he's in contention. Recently, he's got a little jumpy, a little jittery. So we'll see what he can get up to. I'm not entirely sure. We are leaning anywhere towards Sung Jae at $10,300, especially if we're going with Tom Kim at 10.5 in every single goddamn lineup we're playing this week. Tom Hoagie, third in the model, $9,900 on DraftKings and 25-1 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Go grab yourself a Tom Hoagie outright. That is our first outright of the card. We got ourselves a little Tom Hoagie, the frog jumping, TCU crying son of a gun. We just finished T3rd at the Tournament of Champions last week. He's going to do some damage at this event. He hasn't necessarily played that well here, but the model loves what he can do if his game comes to the forefront. Take a peek. Some nice pink stuff here for proximity numbers and approach play in general. Second and third from 125 to 200. And third in just general approach play. This guy is very, very good. And his recent approach play is also very, very good. You love to see, like Tom Kim, a beautiful little overlap of recent form and baseline numbers. That's when you know a golfer is ready to just absolutely dominate. And who knows if the flying back and forth between Hawaii and Las Vegas or Los Angeles or whatever is going to cause him some issues. He's probably flew in a private jet. Life's good, you know. It's not like us sitting in like, you know, whatever the poor poverty-stricken people are that sit in the back of the airplane like tuna cans. But it is what it is. Tom Hoge, 28-1, I got him. 25-1 still out there. Tom Hoge's going to win this golf tournament if it's not Tom Kim, but Tom isn't going to win. We want him to win, but he's not going to do it. So Tom Hoge's our guy. Definitely going to play him in a few lineups too. I think a lot of people are scared about his travel plans that he's just got up to lately. We'll see what he can do. I love Tom Hoge. Yeah, the problem with his game, a little bit of an accuracy problem, but he's also been playing really good golf. You know, like everything about his game has been great. Fifth in the field in recent form over the last few rounds. 24 rounds he's played this season, and he's fifth in the field. So everything about his game is beautiful. Absolutely. I mean, he's been putting nicely this year too. So that's nice to see, which is actually encouraging. I'm actually excited to see that. 12th in the field in putting over the last 24 rounds for him is very, very nice to see in the 2023 season. So Tom Hoge, 25-1. Sign us up. Let's go, Tom Hoge. Hideki Matsuyama. I'm going to be quick about him here. Look at this. Off the tee in 2023 in 18 rounds, 90th in the field, and accuracy 101st. Yuck. Yuck. Nothing about that intrigues me at all. The models likes his long-term baseline because of the proximity numbers and his good approach play. But my, oh my, that approach play is from the fairway. He's also pretty good out of the rough, but when there's trees and stuff in your way, you can be the best in the world, and a ball ain't going to fly through a golf tree very much. So his game suits this golf course really well. Obviously, he's a reigning champ, but I don't think his driver is where it needs to be right now. I'm out on a decky. And also, you never know if he's ever going to withdraw or whatnot. So we're just going to breeze by him, considering we absolutely butchered the beginning of this podcast, and go to Russell Henley here. Russell Henley lost to Hideki in the playoff. Russell Henley is the best approach player in the field from all yardages, strokes gained wise, and then proximity numbers from 125 to 200. He's ninth. So a lot to like from Russell. And if you take a look at Russell's proximity numbers, it'd most likely be first if you just took it from 100 to 175. If you go to 175 to 200, he's a little lackluster from that distance further away. The closer you get to the hole, the better Russell does. And that's what we like about him here. And he obviously contended here last year. The putting was fantastic. What do we see from him from a putting perspective? We don't know, but his ball striking is good enough. Bet Russell Henley at plus 125 on FanDuel. All the other books haven't dropped any of their odds. There's like no top 40 markets outside of the FanDuel market that I've seen. PointsBet, nothing. DraftKings, nothing. BetMGM, no top 40s, no top 20s. So FanDuel's out there. Go place these bets at FanDuel. I believe you can still cash your bets out if you place them and you find a better number somewhere else. But FanDuel's typically very good too with their odds anyway. So Russell Henley, top 20. Plus 125 at FanDuel. Go grab yourselves one of those. Accuracy off the tee, 11th. Good drives gained, 4th. Approach play in general, 1st. Everything about Russell Henley's game suits this golf course to the tee, apart from his putting. But we know he can actually putt pretty well on these greens, which he's done before. He's shown us. And then he also showed us that he can't putt on these greens when it comes down to the pressure cooker situation, which is why we're taking him top 20, leaving the outrights alone. Tom Hoge's our outright. We know he's a bit of a gamer, so we'll see what he can get up to. Whew. We are racing through this stuff. Let me take a sip of some ice cold Keystone here quickly. Corey Connors, folks, is next up. And he's plus 140 for a top 20 on FanDuel. Corey Connors has also got some impeccable history at Wildlife Country Club. He's a very, very good golfer. His game translates to this venue nicely. If you take a look at what he's doing, he's $9,600 on DraftKings. Total strokes gained, he's 4th in the field. Off the tee, he's 3rd. Accuracy, 23rd. Good drives gained, 6th. Approach play, 6th. So everything about Corey's game is great. 25th from the proximity numbers is not ideal, but you live and learn a little bit with that. Like the general approach play. There's still other shots that you have to hit, and he's pretty good from those too. So that's what we like about Corey's game. What we don't like is when you get around the greens and on the greens, which can be a giant problem. But he's so very good when it comes to hitting good approaches that he can miss like half his putts and still make a ton of birdies. As you can see, he's 20th in the field in birdie or better percentage. Meanwhile, Russell Henley's second in the field in birdie or better percentage. For a guy that's 104th putting on Bermuda over the last 50 rounds, Russell Henley makes the second most birdies in this field, which is bananas. So that's what's going on here. And that might even be his, his bogey avoidance, which I think is the truth here. But we'll see. I'll check it out. Corey Connors. We love him. We love him here. $9,600 plus 140 to finish out the top 20. Let's ride a Corey Connors ticket into the winner's circle. We got 10 placement bets, folks. 10 of them. So buckle up. We're going to have a bumpy ride in the placement market. We're going to get back on business here. After the RSM, we went 1 for 8. Woo! That was bad. So we're going to bounce back a little bit, get ourselves back on the board here in 2023. Keegan Bradley, $9,300 for DraftKings. 7th in the model, plus 185 for a top 20. Yeah, sign us up for Keegan Bradley. Hello, hello. Look at this recent form. 2nd in the field in total strokes gained. We love Keegan. We absolutely love him. He's 12th in proximity numbers from 125 to 200. He's 9th in approach play. He's also on a carnivore diet, so eating berries and blue ribbon steaks. Things are good. Things are good for Keegan. The guy's just eating meat and veggies or meat and fruit. So I might jump into that diet with him, eating a whole bunch of chicken and beef. Life sounds good for Keegan. So Keegan's a pretty good course fit here. He hits the ball straight. He's like middle of the pack when it comes to accuracy, but his good drives gained isn't too bad either. His approach play, sensational stuff. Everything about his game from a ball striking perspective is fantastic. We'll see what he can get up to when he gets on the greens. That's kind of his thing. But as you can tell, we've got a lot of guys at the top here with 50% of our strokes gained approach, weighted strokes gained approach. We have Russell Henley, Corey Connors, and Keegan Bradley sitting inside the top 7 in our model. And we're going to bet them top 20 because we're going to rely on their approach play. Putting is a different situation. If the putting is a problem, that's what we don't necessarily think they're going to do too hot for an outright. But from a DraftKings and a top 20 bet situation, these guys are just going to be ball striking their way into the top 20, even if they lose a little bit on the greens. You know, these are guys that are that good when it comes to hitting the golf ball. So we love that. We absolutely love that about them. Billy Horschel is 9,500 smacks. He's 8th in the model. And apparently he might withdraw, he might not. Apparently he was leaving the island because his golf game, he sucks, according to his own words. He's in a transition, a swing fix, got a new golf swing. The guy swings in shambles for the first 2 days and then goes and shoots a tournament low 63 on Saturday. So who the hell knows what Billy Horschel's up to? Does Billy even know what he's doing? Who knows? And the model kicked him out as a top 20 at plus 170. But we're not going to bet him there because I don't trust. We're going for consistency and safety. I don't trust a guy that's in the middle of a swing change that's dropping his 3 woods on approaches into the beautiful 18th at Kapalua. Even though his approach play over the last little while seems like it was impeccable. So we're going to kind of just let him do his thing, leave him alone. But definitely if he's in the field and you're looking for a little bit of ownership leverage, Billy Horschel's your guy, folks. He is your guy. He's going to be one of the lowest owned guys, I think, in this range, most likely, especially with all this weird news about him. And in DFS, GPPs, that's what you're kind of looking for, a little bit of nervy tentativeness from the public, and you can dive in on and take advantage of that. So that's something we like. Brian Harman. Brian Harman is currently 20-1 on the outright market, which sucks because I have an outright for him at 35-1. Which we snagged on Monday morning. So if you are interested in following along with the picks and stuff, follow me on Twitter. I'll put them out pretty quickly once I've popped them in the Rotoballer Discord. So if you want to get them immediately as I'm placing them, check us out in the Discord there. We're doing all sorts of fun stuff. It's just, I'm so excited for Rotoballer, bro. Like, I cannot wait for this year. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to the moon. Like, it's really going to be great. So go check it out. If you want to jump in the Discord or just follow me on Twitter and grab them there. So that's what's cooking with Brian Harman. why on earth is Brian Harman going to be a play here? Well, his recent form has been sensational. The guy's finished second, I think, in the last 2 starts prior to Kapalua. Now he gets to a golf course where his distance isn't going to be that big of a deal, and his irons have been actually really good. Ball striking in this field over the last 20 rounds for him is 12th. So someone that's not typically renowned to be a very good ball striker and more so a putter, he's actually doing some good stuff. His last 50 on Bermuda is 26th in the field, which for a guy that we think is a really good putter is not as good as we'd hope. But 26th is still not terrible, especially considering his ball striking is just much better than we've ever seen Brian Harman's ball striking, right? Like his off the tee numbers, 24th off the tee, accuracy, good drives, all inside the top 20, the whole 9 yards. Very good out of the sand. Everything about his game is sensational for this golf course. So if he misses the greens out of the sand, 50 bunkers on this golf course. So that's what's cooking with Brian Harman. He avoids bogeys pretty good. Ball striking's been great. He's trending in the right direction. A 20-1 ticket on him is not necessarily where we want to go, but 35 is where it's at, So unfortunately, that's a ticket that I wouldn't bet now at 20-1. But I did release a Breaking 100 article right before this that has 3 replacements for Brian Harman. So if you want to go check those boys out, go check them out there. We got 3 other guys, and I might give you 1 or 2 of them as a little freebie before you go and check out the article. So Brian Harman, check him out. He's not, I don't know if he's going to be a DFS play or not, but he's definitely going to be a guy that we like to bet for a top 20 or something like that. But I don't even know. I'm mumbling. I am now mumbling because Brian Harman's got me all rattled with the change in odds. So that's what's cooking there. Cameron Davis, $8,500, 10th in the model. Cam Davis is he's a birdie making machine. He's 8th in the field at birdie or better percentage, dominates par 5s. He's actually plays his short golf courses really well. And yeah, that's what's cooking with Cam Davis. His game is accuracy and good drives gained, not necessarily statistically relevant, but if you take a look at his general performance on these shorter golf courses, he tends to do very well on them. I don't know exactly why, but maybe it's got to do with his 6th ranked proximity numbers from 125 to 200, where 70% of shots will be coming from. He's good out of the sand. He's good at avoiding 3 putts. He's pretty decent from 5 to 15 feet on the greens. That's what we like about Cam Davis. Adam Scott, I don't know. I don't know if I can get behind Adam Scott in any capacity. I don't know if his driver is what I'm looking for at a golf course like this. I know his irons are very, very good, but we're out on Adam Scott. Not interested there. $9,000 though. We'll take a Taylor Montgomery. Hello, Taylor Montgomery. $9K, the best putter in the field. Plays easy golf courses very, very well, and does a lot of good things when it comes to just short game in general. He's great when it comes to putting. He leads the field in putting in 2023. He leads the field. He's 3rd in the field, 2nd in the field on putting on Bermuda. So everything about his game is amazing. He makes the 7th most amount of birdies and avoids bogeys like a beast, probably because he can make every par putt under the sun if it's somewhere in the proximity of 5 to 15 feet, which is 5th ranked in this model. So Taylor Montgomery, $9K. He's going to make a bunch of birdies, possibly sneak through a few rounds without bogeys, getting those extra points for you and finding himself up in the top 10 of the leaderboard this week. Jordan Spieth got nothing. I don't know. I can't handle him. At $10,000, I don't know if I can go to Jordan Spieth. Every time I go to him, it's a nightmare. Every time I fade him, it's a nightmare. So I don't even know what to do with Jordan. I'd rather just watch him and just be amazed at the shit that he gets up to, because this guy is not normal. He's an alien. He misses, if you're watching on a computer, he missed a putt as wide as your screen. And then a few holes later, he's like chipping in flop shots from 15 feet away. Like, the guy is a magician. Makes 0 sense, but we're out. We are out on Jordan Spieth, 10K. We're going Tom Kim all the way. Little double Tommy action. Tom. Bang, bang. So Tom Hoagie, Tom Kim, definitely going to be in our player pool, and we'll diversify our ownership down the board here. Adam Svensson, $7,500, 14 ranked in the model, which is kind of high for a guy that's $7,500, and it means we like him in DFS. I think he's going to be kind of popular. The guy just wanted RSM, but also absolutely butchered it on the greens the last few days at the Tournament of Champions. So we'll see what he can get up to. Proximity numbers from 125 to 200. Very nice for Adam Svenny. Very, very nice. Birdie or better percentage, 14th. Not that bad for a guy that's rather skeptical on the greens, you know. So we'll see what he can get up to, but he has improved recently. I don't know. So Adam Svensson, top 20 plus 250. Absolutely going there for a top 20 bet plus 250. Hello, Adam Svensson for the top 20 market. Emiliano Grillo. He's one of the guys that I replaced for Brian Harman. He's 60-1 on DraftKings. 60-1. So Emiliano Grillo is going to be a go-to play here, folks. His proximity numbers from 125 is 8th in the field. He is a birdie-making machine. He's made a million cuts this year. He's finished inside the top 5, 4 out of his last 11 events. He's finished inside the top 5. So he's got upside. He was in the mix at the Sanderson Farms until that elusive, brutal hole where he made an 8 on a par 5 and pretty much shafted any chances he had of winning that event. But he's going to bounce back. This guy's got it, man. He can putt lights out when his putt is rolling. We've seen he can putt nicely. If you take a look at his putting over the last little while, it's 47th in the field, but it's taken in account the bad rounds that he has or the bad events. Like, he putts well in clumps. So if we're looking for a guy that's going to win a tournament, if you're going to putt bad, then you're just going to be out of the mix, whatever. But if you're going to putt well on the other times that you're not putting bad, it's not just like average, you're putting actually very well. That's what you're looking for in a golfer, a spike putter, I guess. I'm beating around the bush about that phrase, but we're looking for a spike putter. Grillo's played good golf at this course before. He's accurate off the tee. I think looking at his Waialae Country Club stats, in 14 rounds around Waialae, he's only lost strokes off the tee once, minus 0.4 strokes off the tee once. The rest of the time he was gaining strokes off the tee. He was also dominating on approach, gaining half a stroke. So he's like averaging 1 stroke per ball striking per round, which is very nice. You know, if you can get a bit of a spike situation there, you know, he's going to get some consistency from the ball striking. So 60-1, Emiliano Grillo, $8,000 in DraftKings. Take a peek at the ownership and see if you like that or not. I think he's going to be quite popular. I've heard a lot of people talking about him for DraftKings, especially at 8K. Very consistent golfer, makes a lot of cuts, has some good upside. Whew. We are rattling through this, folks. Absolutely running through it, yeah. Christian Bezuidenhout, 16th in the model, $8,100 plus 100. And now we are in the top 40 range. And Bezzy Boo, I think has just been a killer he's made so many cuts and he's just a top 40 beast. I think he's made it like in 70% of his starts in 2023 or 2022 were top 40s. Bezzy is a top 40 beast. I've got him in my fantasy team for that exact reason. I just need a guy that's going to make it into the weekend. If you can just get a whole bunch of guys on your fantasy roster that just make cuts, it's going to be unlikely that you see a bunch of your opponents going to be having a 6 for 6 against you. So that's what we're looking for from Bezzy. He's so tidy around the greens. Bogey avoidance is 7th, which makes a lot of sense. He's one of the best putters in the field, and he's also a magician when it comes to chipping and putting. Out of the sand, as a South African should be, he's the best in the field. Absolutely love that. I mean, just look at the short game stuff here, folks. It's just so dark and green and with a few pink spots. It's just pink with green is the colors you're looking for on the Model Maniac screen. And Bezzy is that guy. He does that for us. The rest of his game is interesting because his proximity numbers from 125 to 200 are kind of good. They're 13th in the field. So if he can get his accuracy figured out and that putter gets hot, we could see a John Deere type situation where he just roars up the leaderboard sometime when the putter is just cooking. Definitely a possibility. He's now played here before. I think he played here last year, made the cut, but just couldn't quite get anything going of substance. So we'll see what he can do. Matt Kuchar, $7,900, 17th in the model. Great course history. kind of just out on him in general. If you want to play him in DraftKings, feel free. I think that's a great play at $7,900, especially underneath Grillo and Bezzy. Well, I'm not saying Bezzy's going to be that popular, but definitely Grillo, I think, is going to be quite popular this week. Brendan Todd's plus 125 to finish inside the top 40. Yup. Sign us up. Brendan Todd, third in the field in putting in general, sixth in the field in putting on Bermuda grass. So everything about Brendan Todd's game screams the world of sense when it comes to the greens. The ball striking, a bit of a problem. But recently, the off the tee stuff is an issue because of distance. At this golf course, distance isn't that big of a deal. You want to be accurate. And guess what? Brendan Todd, 7th and 16th in accuracy and good drives gained. Hello. Sign us up for that. One of the best putters in the field. Top 40. Let's go, Brendan. He cost me big time. He bogeyed the final hole of his tournament at the RSM. Had him in a matchup against JT Poston. Had him for a top 20 or a top 40 at the RSM. Bogey's the par 5. One of the easiest holes on the course. Misses the cut by 1. Ay caramba. What on earth is going on there? So he's got a redemption tour for us and a better work card because we're back on him again. Plus 125, top 40, Brendan Todd. Keith Mitchell, his off the tee game is boss, but it's mainly got to do with distance. His approach play is not that hot. He can find a putter here and there, makes a decent amount of birdies and dominates par 5s, but that's not what you're looking for. Russell Knox, on the other hand, 7,200 smacks. Got him in the fantasy team because he's a cut-making machine, but he barely ever finds himself inside the top 20. So we're going to bet him plus 130 for a top 40. That's what we're looking for. Look at Russell Knox's recent approach play. It's been really, really good. 8th in the field in his. He's played 30 rounds. I don't even know if there's 30 rounds available in the full swing, but that doesn't make too much sense. But my model has been going rogue on me. Just going to put that out there. So there's 1 or 2 numbers in here that kind of jumps at me every now and then. So I'm going to be putting it under the knife and figuring out what's going on. She's gone rogue while we've been idle in Christmas. Not good. But Russell Knox's accuracy off the tee, amazing. Hello. Accuracy, good drives gained, 21st and 13th. Approach play, general approach play, 8th. So you got another situation where we got fantastic baseline approach play and fantastic approach play recently in his 30 freaking rounds that he's played, apparently, which is nuts. So we'll see what happens there. Bogey avoidance, not too bad. That's why he makes the cuts, but the birdie percentage is sitting at 104th, which is not ideal. So that's Russell Knox's diagnosis, and plus 130 top 40 is going to be where we go there. Absolutely love that. Scooting down the board to Sam Ryder. Plus 200 for a top 40. Sam Ryder. Ride or die with Sam Ryder. Approach play. Recently, looking very, very nice. He mentioned in an interview after one of the rounds that his game it's in a maintenance stage, which is awesome to hear from a golfer. It means that your game is in complete control. You are just kind of fixing minor things, tinkering here, tinkering there, nothing too crazy. You're just kind of rocking and rolling with your game that you have, and he's been playing some good golf. Recently, 33rd in strokes gained total entering the week, which is okay. It's not ideal, but he's a 25th ranked guy in our model. He is going to be plus 200 for a top 40. So sign us up for some Sam Ryder situations there. I think we're going to like him a lot, and it's going to be a good week for him, I believe. So that's what's going on with Sam Ryder. Like him there, putting very, very good approach play, very, very good in the full swing. So Sam Ryder, hi. Let's go. Top 40, plus 200, 2-1 odds. Let's do it. JJ Spawn, plus 45-1 outright. Yes. I think he's 50-1 somewhere else. So some odds go down, some odds go up. JJ Spawn, he has finished inside the top 25 in 75% of his last starts in the 8 events he's played since the 40-net kind of thing. So this guy's doing some stuff. His game's moving in the right way, right direction. Everything about it's looking good. It's just, can he get into that winner's circle? He won at the Valero or the Valspar, one of the V's. But we'll see what he can get up to here. 27th in the model. Model doesn't like him as much as I do. I'm a big fan of JJ Spawn. I think his game is moving in the right direction. He finished 5th at Kapalua. Got beat by John Rahm, Colin Morikawa, Tom Kim, and Max Homa. Then we got JJ Spaun. So JJ Spaun playing some good golf. The only person that's playing in this week from last week is Tom Kim, and he's 12-1. He just finished a few shots behind Tom Kim last week. So if you're looking to pounce on some recent form, that's absolutely out here. And JJ Spaun isn't even the longest guy. He's actually really accurate. He hasn't played good golf at this golf course before, but that's when he had some misdiagnosed illness. Now he knows he's got diabetes and he can get all the right medication, and he's looking skinnier, not nearly as skinny as Keegan, but skinnier and better and healthier, and his game is looking like it's good. Go look at his Data Golf page. It's just this most beautiful green. It's just green in all of his finishing places. Everything is green and beautiful. So JJ Spaun, hello. Sign us up. He's been putting nicely. He's playing good golf until like the final round, and he kind of didn't quite get over the hump, but he wasn't really in the mix. So we'll see what he can get up to this week. $8,400. Yes. DraftKings play. Yes. JJ Spaun. Andrew Putnam. Hello. 55-1 out there, folks, for a win. Andrew Putnam. Finished 2nd here in 2019. Finished 2nd at the Zozo Championship last fall. Was right in the mix at the RSM Classic and then kind of tumbled down the leaderboard on Sunday. So at least he was in the mix and felt what it was like to contend. Hopefully he can remember that and then figure it out this week. He's off the tee over the 32 rounds. He's played in 32, which means he is balling out. So this guy played in a lot of golf in the fall, which means that Russell Knox number might be the right one. But Andrew Putnam, everything about his game. Look at this here. Around the greens, putting, and short game. His combined short game is 13th in the field. He's fantastic out of sand. His putting is 14th in the field, and his putting on Bermuda is 13th. Hello. Bogey avoidance is 10th. Just a lot of stuff makes sense. Off the tee, he is struggling, but he's been playing all these courses that require distance outside of like the RSM. Now he gets to a golf course that requires accuracy off the tee. He has that in abundance. He's off the tee accuracy-wise. He was top 40 on the PGA Tour last season. So a lot of that is looking good for him. I'm a big fan of Andrew Putnam. I'm a big fan of what he can do. I love that his irons are looking good. Look at this. The approach play in 2023 is 6th, which is fine. We don't need him to have electric approach play for a guy that's one of the best. He's a really good putter. He's 13th and 14th in putting on Bermuda and normal grass. So the combinations there, can he get over the hump? Hopefully he's not in the lead. As we've seen with Colin, you need to kind of not be in the lead to win a golf tournament. You need to play just bad enough to be 1 or 2 shots behind the leader going into Sunday. I feel like that's the best. That's why winning a golf tournament is so hard. If you play too good, the nerves of leading a golf tournament, man, it's nuts. Like, I played college golf, and I wasn't the very best golfer in the world. We only played 2 rounds, but if I had a good round the first day and I knew I was in the mix, it was almost inevitable I was going to shoot 80 the next day. Like, just didn't stand a chance because I knew, and I didn't sleep well, and just I was like nervous. So I can only imagine what the PGA Tour is like trying to do that stuff. So Andrew Putnam, go get him for us, buddy. We love you. Go do it. You're the Robin Hood of the PGA. Let's go and take from the rich and give to us. That's what we want. Andrew Putnam, 55-1 to win this goddamn tournament. Kevin Streelman, 33rd in the model, plus 200 for a top 40. Give us some Streel loves. Absolutely love that. Accuracy off the tee, one of the best in the field. 3-putt avoidance, 10th, whatever. Bogey avoidance, 18th. So the guy's just a model of consistency. I was walking around the John Deere Classic with his brother. We watched him make an ace. That was crazy. His brother bought me a beer. That was good stuff. So I love Kevin Streelman. Plus 200 for a top 40. Kevin Streelman, hello. Let's do it, dude. Everything about his game. His baseline is 30th in the field. So model's 33rd. This course suits his game very nicely. Let's rock and roll. John Ha. John Ha, $6,600. Let's go. DraftKings. These kind of courses. We've seen what he can get up to at like Mayakoba, these short courses. He John Hurst shot -9 at the Zozo in round 1 and finished outside like the top 50 in an 80-man field. So he's also a head case. Like once you get to the top of the leaderboard, things can go south very quickly. So he's one of these guys that I think on an easy golf course, not an easy, a shorter golf course like this, he's 28 in accuracy. His sand saves are very good. He putts very nicely, and he makes a decent amount of birdies. So love that about John Hurd, the $6,600 DraftKings tag, folks. Yeah. John Hurd. Webb Simpson, 35th in the model. Course history, darling. 8 rounds he's played. I think he missed the cut at the RSM where he basically lives, I believe. Or is that Zach Johnson or who the heck knows? But if Webb Simpson missed the cut at the RSM, I think he's going to be relatively popular this week. He's $7,400 going to a golf course that he's got great course history at. But I'm often a guy that isn't necessarily going to lean on course history that much. If you are playing crappy golf and you're going to a course that you played well at before, that's not going to help you that much. You still have to hit the shots that you need to do. So Webb Simpson, I'm out on him. I'm out on him. I mean, I don't know where his game is at right now. So Nate Lashley, another guy I think is going to be intriguing, especially at $6,400 and 37th in the model. So he is probably one of the biggest values and Smotherman. So these two guys are going to be interesting plays for us for DraftKings. I think Smotherman, $6,300, 32nd. He's got some good. It's all about the irons for him. That's what the model likes, and putting inside 5 feet. So Smotherman, approach play 11th, proximity numbers from 125 to 200, 19th. Hello, 32nd in the model, $6,300. Isn't that going to be a sneaky little play? So we got some nice sneaky plays here, and the Kevin Streelman, John Hearn, Austin Smotherman, 32, 33, 34 in the model, 63, 71, $6,600. Absolutely love that about him and them. Skip the Webb Simpson, go to the Nate Lashley at 37th in the model, $6,400. Kind of scooting down the board here. Oh, this is why that didn't pop up earlier. We have ourselves a Lucas Glover, top 40. He's 40th in the model, plus 220 for a top 40. Lucas Gloveman. He's played really good golf here in the one time he played recently. I think he finished quite close to the top of the leaderboard. Give us a top 40. The guy's putting is one of the worst in the field. Around the greens, he's a nightmare. Everything about that sucks, but he's 5th in proximity from 125 to 200. So that, to me, just makes the most sense in the world. Absolutely sign us up for a top 40 at plus 220 for Lucas Glover. So, yes. Let's do that. Brendan Steele, plus 120 for a top 40. I like that too. I think we are rolling with this. Brendan Steele is going to be our guy. $7,300. His course history has been fantastic. He missed the cut last year, but prior to that, he was touching the top of the leaderboard too. So he's one of these dudes. You have to be a good putter, but also if your ball striking is so good and you're just giving yourself birdie look after birdie look, let's rock and roll. Look at his approach play, 17th in the field. So that's what we like to see. Ryan Armour, $6,900, 48th in the model. Like we like Tyler Duncan more, Nate Lashley more. I think we like a little bit more upside there with those guys. Ryan Armour is going to be a little more conservative of a play. I don't think he's going to ever get yourself inside the top 20, which is what you're kind of looking for in the GPP. Maybe a Ryan Armour at $6,900 in a cash game is the play. Nick freaking Hardy, folks. Whoo, boy, this guy's exciting. He excites me a lot. When you talk about approach play, he's 5th in the field in approach play, and that doesn't even really make that much sense because I want to even know who on earth is outstriking Nick Hardy right now. It's Billy Horschel, who's got 12 rounds of random stuff. We got Tom Hoagie, Tom Kim, Hank Lebioda. Okay, what are you doing? And then Nick Hardy, 5th in the field in strokes gained approach. And what Nick Hardy's situation is it's just a beautiful thing. He's so consistent on approach. He's lost a few strokes in these random events that don't have a shot link. But in the 13 rounds out of his 22 that he's played that are recorded for strokes gained, his worst round strokes gained approach is half a shot gained. So your worst round on approach is gaining half a stroke on the field. Hello. He's averaging like 1.2 strokes per round on approach, which if you can get him on a course like this where you can just be absolutely throwing dimes and darts and daggers and every other D word out there, Nick Hardy at $7,500 is absolutely going to be on board with that. The accuracy off the tee is 115th, a little bit of a concern, but the good drive gained 55th. So it means that he's most likely missing fairways, but not by a lot, is my assumption, just basing my stats there. So that's what we like there. I mean, he's a really good putter at times, but also from the last 50 rounds on Bermuda, he's 69th, which is nice, but not that nice. So we don't want that to be the number for him there. We want other numbers to be available. But 25th in birdie or better percentages is very nice for Nick Hardy. And then we're going to kind of just start rounding out the card here. I'm going to jump a few more places. Hayden Buckley, 50th in the model, but this guy off the tee is first in the 22 rounds he's played since the season started in the fall. A freakazoid, an absolute freakazoid when it comes to hitting the ball off the tee. 14th in accuracy, 7th in good drives gained, and I think his approach, his distance is also super solid. Where is he at? He's 67th in distance, which isn't bad. It's like middle of the field. Usually if you're seeing accuracy and good drives gained of that high ranking, it's typically because of a severe lack of distance. He has got average distance, which is perfect for this golf course. His approach play from 125 to 200 is 40th, 30th, 39th in the field. Like to see that. Not bad out of the sand. The rest of his game is to be desired. But if you can do the most important thing, the very first thing you're doing is finding your ball in the fairway. Hey, the rest of the golf game is that much easier. So it just can domino. And we've seen him do good stuff. He's been playing really nicely in the fall swing, 24th in recent form. Let's go. I don't like Mackenzie Hughes at this golf course, even though we had him last week. He was almost a first-round leader. We had him for an outright. Just missed the first-round leader situation and then just tumbled down the leaderboard. So Mackenzie Hughes broke our heart a little bit, which wasn't ideal. But, hey, winners are winners. So he never really took care of business there for us, even though his putting was so bad. I think that was the problem. He's one of the best putters in this field and was one of the best putters in last week's field and still somehow managed to putt like shit. So that was unfortunate for us. Patton Kazai is another guy we really like. $7,300. He's played well here in the past. Everything about his game just makes a lot of sense. And it's kind of bouncing back. I think he played well at Mayakoba, and the game is coming back to him. I think he's going to be very, very under-owned at $7,300. Great course history here. Love his approach play. And he can putt nicely and make birdies decent amount. For $7,300, let's go. Robbie Shelton, a flat 7K. Sign us up for some Robbie Shelton. Very tidy around the greens. Got some good approach play. Accurate off the tee. Oh, his putting average was one of the best on the Corn Ferry Tour, which is a stat we're using over here. But let's actually get that out of the way. We don't actually like that. 53 minutes into the podcast. But he's also birdie or better percentage, 36th. So Robbie Shelton, nicely. So another Corn Ferry Tour guy, Justin Suh. Hello. Birdie percentage, 12th in the field. Off the tee, 38th. It's all about the distance, but he's also mega accurate. Very, very accurate. But then you get irons. He's 31st in distance, 16th in accuracy, but 113th in good drives gained. Probably because he's 116th in approach. And good drives gained is a combination of driving and approach. Eesh, that's a little unfortunate. So we'll see what Justin Suh can get up to. It seems like once he gets off the tee, his game just diminishes. So that's going to be rough. We'll have to see what he can get up to. But he does make a lot of birdies. So he's a risky GPP player. I definitely wouldn't play him in cash. A guy I would play in cash and in GPPs is Austin Cook, 6,600 smackaroonies on DraftKings. His recent form is 36th, and the model's got him at 77, so the model hasn't caught up. His game has been trending in the right direction. He played really good golf at the Houston Open. He's done some good stuff. He's just very, very nice stuff lately. The approach play has been good, 35th in the field. He's accurate and good drives gained. He doesn't have a lot of distance, so this is his golf course. This is Austin Cook's golf course. I'm very excited about him. I'm going to be playing a lot of Austin Cook at $6,600. Potentially 50% of my lineups. I'm obsessed with this guy. He's super affordable, and his recent form has been very good for a guy that's $6,600. In fact, let us, right at the end of this show, we are now in where I do all my weird nerdy stuff. So here's Colin Morikawa's situation. Let's take a look at Austin Cook. By the way, to load itself. But Austin Cook, man, he's been doing good stuff for us. He has been doing good. It's not responding. This little model of mine. There we go. Okay, yeah, we go. Oh boy. So he's missed the cut last time he played here in 2022, but before that, T47 here. Then he missed the cut at the RSM. Wah wah. But we were on him there most likely too, but just had a bad, it happens. A bad Friday. But prior to that, look at this. From the Butterfield, Bermuda, T44, T27, T27, the last 3 starts he's played. And the Caden Banks Houston Open is not a golf course. I mean, look at this. Off the tee, he's been losing strokes just perennially. Half a stroke on average, just losing strokes. The rest of his game, nice stuff. So that's where Austin Cook's going to figure his stuff out. I'm looking forward to him doing good stuff for us this year. Absolutely. I've got him in my fantasy team. If you're doing fantasy, go check out Austin Cook. He's most likely available. I think he's going to be playing a lot of golf. And he's kind of one of these guys that's going to make you a lot of cuts. So he's most likely available on the free agent market. Go grab him. Go grab an Austin Cook. What else is going on here? Maybe a little bit of a Ryan Moore situation, $6,500. Like him, the approach play has been pretty trendy, accurate, and good drives gained. You can see all this red, but the stuff that matters most is approach recently, especially when you get way down to the bottom of the barrel at $6,500. Ryan Moore, recent approach play, 28th in the field. Accuracy and good drives gained, 36th and 28th. Those are 2 very important things that require ball striking at this golf course, and he's got them. The distance for him is a major debilitating problem. At this golf course, accuracy paramount, distance not as much. This basically around an Austin Cook situation. So that's what we're liking there. And then look at this, Mark Hubbard all the way down here. He's not even ranked. So he is $7,100, and his approach play is amazing. His kid, I need to figure it out if it is a laptop or a knife, but his kid dropped one of those things onto his foot, and he played a few events afterwards with a broken toe. So this guy, and then you could see, like, he at the Sanderson Farms, he was absolutely killing it, and then all of a sudden he just miscut. Guys walking around there with a broken toe because a kid dropped a laptop on his toe. So he needs to get his stuff figured out, but I think he has. I think he got surgery. It's been a while since he's played. He'll be back. 7,100 smacks. He's got a lack of distance, but he's good drives gained. He's 29th in the field. Baseline approach play, 7th. Recent approach play, 18th. Proximity numbers from 125 to 200, 4th. Bogey avoidance, 4th. Like, look at all these. I mean, we're down at the bottom. I don't even know why he's all the way at the bottom here, but this is what we like. And it said plus 450 for a top 20 for Mark Hubbard. So I don't know if we want to go there. But we're definitely going to play him in DFS and GPPs. I love his upside. I love what he can do, especially with a new toe. That's things you're looking for. So Mark Hubbard, sign him up for the DFS pool, the whole shebang. Let's take a look at, we'll figure out what our situation is here. We're going to pull together a little bit of color here. So I've got Brian Harman, 35-1, JJ Spahn, 45-1, Andrew Putnam, 55, Tom Hoagie, 28. If you want to switch out for Brian Harman, go grab yourself a Emiliano Grillo at 60-1. Go grab yourself a Nick Hardy. There's 100-1 out there on Nick Hardy. One of the best iron players in the field. And then there was another guy, which I can't remember, so go read Breaking 100. I can't remember what it was. So that's what's cooking, folks. That's what's cooking over here. Thank you for joining. Thanks for sticking around, supporting me. And it's going to be a fun year. We've got some good stuff coming up at Rotoballer. Absolutely thrilled about our new situation and what we're going to be getting up to. Be sure to comment after the video what your favorite bet was. Get a chance to win a free month of Rotoballer subscription. The whole works there. Can check out what's behind the scenes, what we're doing. We're doing good stuff. I'm really excited for that. I feel like I'm really part of the team and we are going great places. So that's what's cooking over there. Have a great rest of your week. Tomorrow's hump day. We're going to get over that and move on in the weekend. One more day until we watch golf. So lots of fun stuff to look forward to this week. Happy New Year. I know if you're watching for the first time, if you never saw the Kapalua video, Happy New Year to you. Final swing of Hawaii. Let's enjoy it. It's going to be a fun one. And you know what? Go out there tomorrow, tonight. Make the world a better place. Whatever you do well, go do it for other people. Just a little bit. Make someone smile. Make someone grin. Push a shopping cart for an old lady or carry your bags across the street or whatever. Just go tomorrow and make a difference. A baby one. And see what difference that makes in the world. If we do a baby difference, everybody, it's all going to be good. So don't drink the Drano. Drink the Drano. Linda Q out.